Gameweek 15 team selection on the FPL Joe YouTube channel. Today we'll be recapping how Gameweek 14 went and then moving on to Gameweek 15. 63 points all out, ending my run of 4 green arrows and dropping from 176k down to 235k by a margin of 7 points. First things first, Haaland. I broke the number one rule of FPL this week, don't go against Haaland, and I've really paid the price for it. I knew this was going to be a hard watch when he hit the post in the 6th minute. He went on to score and provide 2 assists for a 14-point haul, even hitting the post a second time in the 70th minute. In all honesty, those of us who went against him got quite lucky. This could easily have been a 20+ point haul. At 180% effective ownership, this decision cost me 11 points, and was the difference between a red and a green arrow this week. On to Foden. He continues his insane form with another 2-goal haul, even securing 2 DEFCON points for a massive 17-pointer. Added to the 2-goal 15-point haul he logged versus Leeds, he's no question the hot pick in FPL right now. A benching is not out of the question given they play away at Real Madrid in midweek. Pep has said you have to play him when he's in form, although we should take everything Pep says relating to lineups with a grain of salt. Foden's price is rising, so on a falling pick like Semenyo, it's hard to argue against making the swap to Foden as soon as possible. As you'll see in the upcoming team selection, I've already made the move onto him. With Haaland's huge haul on Tuesday, the pressure was on Bruno Fernandes to do basically anything to compensate those who had captained him. Long story short, he didn't. Bruno did look a bit off in the game versus West Ham, missing a number of chances with only 1 out of his 6 shots being on target. Owners will still feel somewhat unlucky. Bruno hit the post and created 5 chances. United even conceding in the 83rd minute from a corner, wiping the clean sheet point. The only salvation was 2 DEFCON points, but this still leaves a lot to be desired after Haaland's haul earlier in the game week. Yet another clean sheet and return for Munoz, his 3rd double-digit haul of the season so far, and now sits on 3 goals and 3 assists. The right wing-back has an incredible 0.27 XGI per 90, while playing in a Palace team that's kept 7 clean sheets this season, second only to Arsenal's 8. Players who take up attacking positions while still being classed as defenders in FPL, especially in teams with good defensive records, have traditionally been very high priority targets. Munoz is no different. Now on 89 points, he's the 2nd highest scorer in FPL, only behind Erling Haaland's ridiculous 120 points. For his 14-pointer, Munoz earns the MVP award for this week in my team. In other news, at Anfield vs Sunderland, Salah was benched yet again. Gakpo, who was bought in by over 200,000 managers in Gameweek 14, started but was withdrawn at the 46th minute for Salah. Liverpool ended the game 1-1. Liverpool play away at Leeds in Gameweek 15, who've just proven yet again that they're no slouch, beating Chelsea 3-1 only a matter of days after they went toe-to-toe with City, narrowly losing 3-2 to them. With both Gakpo and Salah playing reduced minutes in Gameweek 14, we wait to see if that means improved minutes over the weekend, but both are still likely in a void due to minutes uncertainty. Looking on to Gameweek 15, and first things first, Thiago comes off the bench for Lacroix. Thiago was benched against Arsenal midweek, so we expect to see him back and starting again following the rest, ready to play against the defensively shaky Spurs side. On to transfers. With 2 transfers to use and being topped up to 5 free transfers in Gameweek 16 for AFCON, I'll be making 2 moves this week. To recap, the original plan here was to move Mateta to Voltemada for Burnley's visit to St James's Park, then use the spare free transfer and leftover funds to move Potts up to Dewsbury Hall. There is an important note on fixture scheduling though. Teams will play the reverse of Gameweek 15's fixture in Gameweek 19, so any players with good fixtures this week are priority buys, as you'll be able to hold them till Gameweek 19 and secure 2 good fixtures in the next 5 game weeks. The key teams for this are Newcastle, who play Burnley, home in 15 and away in 19, Manchester United, who play against Wolves, away in 15 at home in 19, and Brighton, who play West Ham, home in 15 and away in 19. Regarding the other promoted teams, City play Sunderland and Liverpool play Leeds. However, with Sunderland currently sitting 6th in the table and Leeds going toe-to-toe with City and Chelsea in the last 2 games, these are not fixtures we can bank on in the same way as Burnley, Wolves and West Ham. Regardless of fixture, with Foden's form, getting him in this week is a priority for me. This means my second transfer will no longer be Dewsbury Hall, and I'll be keeping Potts for now. As for how I get Foden in, I'm really keen to stick with Voltemada, and I can't free up funds anywhere else in the team, such as in defence, without taking a hit. This leaves me with only Saka and Bruno as transfer options for Foden. Ultimately, I've decided to move Saka, who has a tricky away fixture against Aston Villa in Gameweek 15. Villa have won their last 6 games in a row, 4 of which were in the league, and most recently coming back from 2 goals down to Brighton, scoring 4 in a row and finally winning 4-3. With AFCON transfers in Gameweek 16, I'll still have the option to bring Saka back in for their fixture against Wolves, and I'll only lose 0.1 million in the process, so I'm not too concerned about team value impact either. Now looking at predicted points for Gameweek 15, courtesy of FPL Review and Fantasy Football Hub. I've learned my lesson from last week and I will be captaining Erling Haaland. Vice captain is going to go to Bruno, who has a chance to redeem himself with another great fixture, this time away against Wolves. I did consider Foden vice-captain, but I generally avoid captaining 2 players from the same team in the rare event that that game doesn't go ahead, such as because of poor weather. And with that, the Game Week 15 deadline is almost here. If you enjoyed the video, a like and subscribe will go a huge way in supporting this new channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back to prepare for Game Week 16 next week, discussing all the new transfer options afforded by the AFCON transfers. Best of luck, and fingers crossed for another green arrow.